Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a vlog tour of the 89130 zip code here in the Las Vegas Valley, and I'm also going to be answering some of the most popular questions that I get asked as a realtor here in Las Vegas. Then we're going to be doing that while we're reviewing the footage so that you can get some education while we're doing this. We're going to be showing you some homes in the area, some neighborhoods, some businesses that are really popular, and really just doing a nice driving tour so you can see what the zip code looks like and is all about in case you want to buy a home here or rent a home here, something like that. With that, guys, let's pop down to the screen, and first I'm going to show you where the zip code is in the valley and also the driving route that I took so that you can recreate this if you want to. So you can see on my screen over here on the left side, this is where the 89130 zip code is, this triangle right here. So this is Las Vegas. This is not North Las Vegas. North Las Vegas western edge is actually right here on this this line. This is North Decatur Avenue. So this is all 89130, and it is Las Vegas proper, the actual city of Las Vegas. Over here on the right side of the screen is the actual route that I took. So I started right here on Decatur and West Tropical, drove west, up and around. So this Interstate 95 business route right here is actually, this diagonal right here is actually the western edge of the zip code. So we did go out of the zip code right here, but that's for a couple reasons. First, this is like a big shopping center, and I wanted you guys to see that you do have a lot of shopping available in the 89130 area, shopping, restaurants, that sort of thing. So that's really important that I want to show you there. Plus, there's no really good road that goes on this side of that of the zip code on this interstate. So we went down, came all the way down here to Cheyenne, went up and around. This little detour was just to show you popular business in the area. John Mull's Roadkill Grill. I know, guys, it kind of sounds a little gross, Roadkill Grill, but it's actually a really popular restaurant, and it was featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. For any of you foodies out there who like to watch Food Network with Guy Fieri, check that out. I've been there a couple times. The food is great, and they actually have a full butcher shop. So if you want to buy some meat, hot dogs, whatever, take it home, you can definitely do that. But their takeout is awesome as well. And then we finished by driving all the way up to Decatur and just ending the tour there. Guys, I did a couple other vlog tours, particularly 89031, that also covers this edge of Decatur. So if you're interested in seeing some other vlog tours about the North Las Vegas and Las Vegas areas, make sure you head over to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and then check out those other vlog tours so you get more of an idea of the area that you're looking to live in. With that, guys, let's pop into the first video and we'll check it out. All right, guys, so here we go. We're on West Tropical, and we're heading west towards the Spring Mountains, Mount Charleston area. You can see over there back in the distance, Red Rock National Conservation Area. And we're going to talk about the first question I get asked a lot, which is, how much does it cost to use a realtor? So I get asked this by a lot of first-time home buyers, and even some clients who aren't first-time home buyers. So the question is, how much does it cost to use a realtor? Well, there's two different scenarios where you're going to use a realtor. The first scenario is if you are selling your home. Now, if you're selling a home, generally you're going to pay some amount of commission to that realtor. That's going to be a percentage. Sometimes it's a flat fee, but generally it's a percentage of the sale price of your home. So say you're selling your home for $1 million, and you agree to sign a contract with that listing agent for 6% commission. That means that after that sale is done, at closing, you are going to pay that realtor 6% of $1 million, which in this case would be $60,000. And typically, some amount of that percentage is then going to be shared with the buyer's agent, the agent that brought the buyer to the table, and that's how the buyer's agent gets paid. So there's no standard commission, there's no industry-wide standard or anything like that. That's actually illegal. That's called price fixing. So don't let any real estate agent or realtor tell you that, oh, I charge the same amount as everybody, because that's not true. Everybody's free to charge whatever they want. There's no industry standard, nothing like that. So but about 6% in Las Vegas is about what you'll find generally. Sometimes it's a little lower, sometimes it's a little higher. Depends on the agent and the price of the home and that sort of thing. If you are using your real estate agent or your realtor to buy a home, most of the time that's actually free to the buyer. So in my case, my brokerage charges a small fee, just shy of $600 to the buyer. And that's basically just to use me and to use the broker's services. But I only get paid when the sale closes. and I don't see any of that $600. I'm paid just strictly from whatever part of the commission that the listing agent wants to give to me. So that's how I'm paid. That's not always the case for other realtors. If you're using a realtor to buy a property, they can definitely just get a flat fee from you if that's the contract you sign. Again, it's up to the realtor, it's up to the situation, that sort of thing. So just keep that in mind when you're hiring a realtor. But that's why it's always a good idea if you're a buyer to use a realtor, because most of the time it's free to you. And we're still on West Tropical here, guys, heading west towards the mountains. Our first turn is going to be North Tenaya. We're going to make a right turn and start heading towards that Centennial area of the city. Really love this area. Definitely have a lot of older homes, a lot of lots that are a lot larger than new homes, and that's just because as the city grows, land becomes more and more expensive because Las Vegas is almost entirely surrounded by mountains. So there's only so much room to build before you got to start building up. You'll also see a lot of vacant lots, land for sale, that sort of thing, coming up on a nice park here. My wife and I, we keep talking about going to this park. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I know we're going to get to it one day, but Las Vegas and North Las Vegas, really all parts of the city, are filled with some amazing parks. So if you guys come out and visit, you have kids, or you just want to get away from the action, I definitely recommend go check out a park, see what they're all about. Las Vegas has some really great parks. All right, guys, the next question on the list. Again, I get asked this question all the time. Is Las Vegas, or is North Las Vegas, really is this area a good place to live? And that's really, going to be up to you guys as the buyers. Las Vegas is definitely different. I've lived in Pennsylvania, upstate New York, California, spent time in Florida, spent time in Arizona, spent time in Connecticut. It's different, guys. Living in Las Vegas is definitely different, and I'm just getting personal here. It's different than a lot of places. The whole gambling aspect, the whole being open 24/7, the whole Sin City aspect, it's definitely different. But is it a good place to live? In my opinion, yeah, it's a good place to live, in my personal opinion. But that's just me. You guys need to make that up for yourself. I mean, there's pros and cons to living in Las Vegas, and I've done a couple videos on the pros and cons, so definitely go check those out. If you're local and you're watching this video, maybe you know some pros and cons that I don't. Maybe if you've been here for 20, 30 years, throw those down in the comment section if you know some pros and cons about living here. But for the most part, guys, I think it's a great place to live. I've never had any problems with anybody living in North Las Vegas, and I've been here for years, never had any trouble. I think the home prices are pretty reasonable. The taxes, there's no state income tax in Nevada. So as far as prices go and cost of groceries, car insurance, all these different things, all that factors into it. Crime, of course, you want to live in a place that's safe. But it's really up for you guys to decide, which is why I always tell my clients that are moving to Las Vegas, you really need to come out here, tour some neighborhoods, check out some areas, spend some time here, maybe get an Airbnb or rent a hotel room for a month, something, just to figure out, what do I actually like about the city? What do I dislike about the city? Anything like that, guys. You really want to do your research. Sorry, I'm just speeding up the video here so you don't have to sit through it. You really want to do your research, but I think living in Las Vegas is really great. And now we just turned and we're entering the Centennial area of Las Vegas. So Centennial is kind of the upper northeast corner here. Let me pause the video and upper northwest corner of the city, and it's got a lot of great shopping centers right here. This is the Centennial area. Remember that little area I showed you guys where we actually drove outside the zip code? Right here. The Centennial area is where you're going to find a lot of shopping, a lot of restaurants, Home Depot, Lowe's, Sam's Club, Walmart, rolled ice cream they're called. They got a crumble cookies, all sorts of stuff, guys, is right up here. Fantastic shopping center. My wife and I shop there all the freaking time. If you're living in the area, I'm sure you already know about the shopping center, or if you're moving here, it's a great place to live close to. So that's what we're kind of checking out right now. Car dealerships, this is where I get my oil and stuff changed. And I know, don't hose me in the comments. Oil change, I know it's easy. but I pay somebody else to do it just because I don't want to have to deal with it. My car is an old RAV4 and it's a little complicated to change the oil, but we do change our oil in my wife's Subaru ourselves. So now we're just driving through Centennial. A lot of businesses, small businesses, large businesses, car dealerships, restaurants, all sorts of stuff, guys. You really got to check this area out. It's a great area to live in. Fantastic area to live in, and you get some great mountain views. This was really a great day to do this vlog tour. Today is October 18th, the day I'm filming this video, or well, the day I filmed and the day I'm doing, the commentary. And it wasn't too hot. It was like in the 60s. It's just a beautiful example of a Las Vegas winter. I get that question a lot too. It's not on my question list, but let's talk about that. I get asked about the winters in Las Vegas, and they're extremely mild. I mean, I grew up in western Pennsylvania near Erie, and then I lived in upstate New York for college at the University of Rochester for 4 years. And let me tell you, I know a thing or two about crappy winters. There's not the worst winters in the country by far, but as far as feet of snow and freezing cold temperatures, I've seen it. I've walked through it to get to class. Like, it sucks. And luckily, Las Vegas has super mild winters, like 50, 60, 7 degrees temperatures, but you still get all that gorgeous sun. It's just, if you have a backyard and a patio or a porch, oh my God, it's amazing to sit out, take the dogs out, take the kids out. Well, let's pop into the next video here. It's really, you cannot beat a Las Vegas winter. So highly recommend Las Vegas for the winters. The summers, yeah, the summers can get pretty stinking hot. Not quite as hot as Phoenix, but I will say if you move here, you will become accustomed to the heat eventually. It might take a year or two, but you will become accustomed to the heat. There's no humidity, so if you hate humidity, then this could be a great place to live. But if you hate heat overall, I don't know, maybe not. But the winters are absolutely phenomenal. So we're still driving through Centennial here. More businesses, Sportsman's Warehouse, Zupa's. There's some Mexican restaurants up here. This left turn is super annoying, so I'm going to fast forward through a little bit of this. You guys can kind of pause and just see what businesses are here, but this left turn we're coming up on is super annoying. It's like the longest red light. People love to line up and just, it's supposed to be 2 turn lanes, but it's really just terrible. Keep going. All right, there's a Crumble Cookies right there. I don't know if you guys are a big fan of Crumble Cookies. I'm a huge fan. My wife is a huge fan. I definitely eat Crumble Cookies more often than I should. And so we just turned onto Ann Road, which is right here. So we just turned from right here onto Ann Road. So we're going to come over to Rainbow, then Rancho, Cheyenne, and then we're going to start working our way back. So Ann Road runs east-west right across the valley through North Las Vegas and through the upper northwest side of Las Vegas. Ton of businesses, ton of great homes, really great road to live close to, connects you to a lot of stuff. So if you're moving here, definitely consider living close to Ann Road, if you want that sort of thing. Third question I get a lot: how much should I put down on my home? And again, this is going to be on a case-by-case basis. I am a realtor. I am not a professional financial advisor or anything like that, guys. So what I will tell you is there's a bunch of different loan types. Let's start with that. Conventional loans require at least 3% down payment. FHA, at least 3.5%. VA, you can get away with 0%, but of course, you got to be a veteran or some other stuff there. And then there might be some other loan types out there as well that you want to try. Talk to your lender about that, but those are the 3 most common. If you put less than 20%, you of course have to pay your PMI every month, which is private mortgage insurance. That's on a conventional. VA and FHA have different fees and that thing associated, but most popular loan is conventional, so we'll talk about that. If you put less than 20% down, you have to pay your PMI, which might be $50 a month, might be $200 a month. It's going to depend on the lender. It's going to depend on how risky of a loan they consider the mortgage to be, that sort of thing, your credit score, things like that. So the PMI is going to vary, but it's probably going to be in that range, like $50 to $200 a month. Don't quote me. It might be something different. Talk to your lender. But the thing about PMI is it doesn't really cost you that much every month. If it's $1 million home and you're putting 20% down, that's $200,000. You guys can do the math on other home sizes, but that $200,000 or that $30,000, whatever that 20% might be, that might be better used somewhere else in some kind of other investment that is going to, give you more of a return on your money than putting it all into a house. So that's something you really need to talk to your tax guy with, your financial guy. Talk to them, see what they have to say about putting 20% down. Talk to your lender. There might be a better use for that money, or you might want that better down payment, that lower monthly payment. It's all up to you. I will say, I was just talking to one of my favorite lenders, and she said that if you are thinking about 20% down, sometimes the interest rates don't really drop off that much at 20%, because you're just outside of that PMI range. You're just outside of that less than 20% risky range. So if you have the funds, take a look at what 30% would do for your monthly payment and for your interest rate, because sometimes banks, lenders consider that to be less risky. And if that's the case, you might get a much better return on your investment if you can put 30% down. So right now we're on Rainbow and we're about to turn on to Rancho, and then from Rancho we'll drive down to the most southern tip of 89130. This part of the city is definitely getting more industrial. You're going to find a lot more restaurants, bars. You can see there's Santa Fe Casino across the street. Great place to go watch movies. That's where my wife and I always go to watch movies. Excuse me. So if you want that more, restaurant connected to entertainment vibe, part of his zip code, you'll definitely want to consider this area. On the other side of this casino, other side of Santa Fe, there's some great condos and apartments and that sort of thing if you're a renter, but there's also a lot of great homes in this area. You just got to drive through yourself and kind of check it out. All right, guys, so I just did a little fast forwarding, so we're on Rancho now. The next question I get a lot is now a good time to buy a home? So since now is now, I'm going to answer this question, with all the information I have about the market right now in Las Vegas. So today's date that I'm recording this video, doing all this, is October 18th, 2021. So if you're watching this video a year from now or 5 years from now, obviously this isn't going to be accurate, but maybe the market's the same, whenever you're watching this video, so you can garner a little bit of wisdom from this. So right now in Las Vegas, it's still a relatively hot seller's market. Not as hot as it was in the beginning of 2021, but still pretty hot. Interest rates are still very low, historic lows around 3%, which is lower than they've ever been. So there's that. And then there's still a lot of competition in the market. So there's a lot of buyers looking for homes because of those low interest rates. There aren't that many people selling their homes, even though home prices are at an all-time high here in Las Vegas. There still aren't that many people selling because a lot of them don't want to have to deal with the competition in the marketplace. And there's uncertainty with people's jobs from COVID. There's just a lot of stuff going on right now. There's a lot of stuff contributing, I should say, to the housing shortage, to the affordable housing crisis in Vegas. A lot of stuff going on. My broker, Dave, likes to say that whenever you want to buy a home is a good time to buy a home. And by that, he's talking about the fact that when you're buying a home, you're making an investment in yourself, in your future, in your family, because buying a home, owning real estate is one of the best ways to generate wealth for you and your family. So if you are buying a home and home prices are high, interest rates are high, and you're buying a home, but you're getting a monthly payment that you're happy with, then that's really all you should be considered with, because a mortgage, if that's what you're doing, getting a mortgage, then you're getting that loan and you are locking in that interest rate, and you are locking in, for the most part, that monthly payment, as long as you don't have some kind of variable interest rate mortgage or anything like that. So if that's the case, then you shouldn't really be worried about appreciation of the home or anything like that, because you're locking in a place to live for the long term and you're happy with the monthly mortgage, right? That's what you need to be, happy with and concerned with. You're getting a place to live that's affordable. You like to live there. You like the house, all that sort of stuff. if you're an investor, there's other things to consider, such as rent, which rents is at an all-time high in Las Vegas. The home price, of course, if you're an investor, then you're trying to get the home at the lowest price possible so that you can flip it and make your money there, or that you can rent it out, or all sorts of stuff. But with interest rates this low, even though home prices are at historic highs, your money is going to go a lot farther when it comes to that monthly payment because that interest rate is so low. So that's definitely something that you want to keep in mind, guys. If you want your money to go far, then you want to buy, right now while the interest rates are low, because that will mean a lower monthly payment. And then that just makes your home more affordable to you, right? Instead of renting and paying sky high rent prices that are going to continue to go up as California buyers, people from Seattle, Chicago, Arizona, Texas, all these different areas pile into Las Vegas and keep on increasing the home prices, because that's what's happening. You're going to be locking in your mortgage rate, you're going to be locking in your monthly payment for the long term while you're paying off the principal of the home, while you're accruing equity in the home. So I think right now is a great time to buy a home. If that's what you want to do. If you're an investor, you're going to have to weigh your pros and cons there. I don't specialize in real estate investing, so I'm not going to talk you through that one, guys, because I'm not the best person to give advice for that. There's Ryan Pineda and there's other real estate investors here with YouTube channels in Las Vegas. Those would be better people to talk to about that, or call a specialized real estate investor brokerage with realtors that really specialize in helping you find rental properties and flip properties to flip, because they'll be able to answer that for you. We're still heading south here on Rancho, and then we're going to be turning on Cheyenne. And then once we turn on Cheyenne, we're going to go see a small business there near Cheyenne and Decatur, which is called John Mull's Meats, or Roadkill Grill is the restaurant, and John Mull's Meats is the butcher shop, and they're in the same building, owned by the same people. They were on Food Network. And then we'll head back to the start. One of the final questions that I get is, what neighborhoods are bad? Now, this might be the most popular question that I get asked as a realtor here in Las Vegas, and I am sure, 100% sure, that this is one of the most popular questions that every single realtor gets asked everywhere in the country. What neighborhoods are bad? Here's another couple questions along the same line. What areas should I live in? What areas shouldn't I live in? All that sort of stuff. So I'm going to try to answer that question for you guys so that you don't have to ask me or anyone else. First, there's something called steering, which is a federal crime. And steering is basically the act of kind of pushing or forcing someone to buy real estate in a particular place where you think they would be most at home, that sort of thing. So, I don't know how to best describe it, but I guess it would be if there's a prominent Asian community and you're a realtor and you have a client that is, of Asian descent, and they're looking in all sorts of different communities, but then you kind of push them towards living in this prominent Asian community. That is called steering, and that is actually a federal offense. That's a felony. You can't do that. Everybody's money is just as green as yours, no matter your skin color, and everybody can live in whatever neighborhood they want to live in. So part of steering is the fact that I can't tell you the bad neighborhoods. I can't tell you where you should and shouldn't live, because that's all considered steering, and no other realtor can tell you that either. We can answer questions like, where would we live, where wouldn't we live, stuff like that, but where you should be living is really based on your personal preference. And here's two pieces of advice. You should never live anywhere that you, number one, don't feel safe. If you don't feel safe there, don't live there. And here's how I tell clients to deal with that. When you're coming to Las Vegas to visit or anything like that, check out homes maybe. Find some homes you like, find some areas you think you might like, and you need to drive those areas at night. You need to drive them during the day. You need to drive them on a Saturday, on a Sunday, on a Wednesday afternoon, on a Thursday morning, on a Friday night, Saturday night, all these different times. You need to drive these areas as much as possible. Walk the areas if you feel safe enough. Check out what's there. Guys, so we're coming up on the Roadkill Grill here on the video. I'll call it out to you. But check out the neighborhoods, because you need to feel safe in whatever neighborhood you decide to live in. The second thing is you need to live in a neighborhood that fits your lifestyle? And hold on, guys, we're going to take a pause on this question. I just want to point out Roadkill Grill here because it's really easy to miss. You can kind of see this structure right here. That's the entrance to the Roadkill Grill, and there's another entrance here. Full service butcher shop and cafeteria style restaurant. The food is phenomenal. They do a lot of barbecue. My wife loves it. I love it. They have excellent meat at the butcher shop too. Highly recommend the hot dogs. I know, hot dogs, right? Highly recommend the hot dogs at a butcher shop. But honestly, guys, they're the best hot dogs I've ever had, so you got to check them out. But anyways, let's jump back to my question. Part number 2, you need to live in a community that fits your lifestyle. And so here's what I mean by that. If you really want to live in a high rise, go live in a high rise. Don't live in a single story townhome. If you live in Henderson, or if you want to live in Henderson, but you want to lurk at Nellis Air Force Base and you hate to drive, then maybe Henderson isn't the best place for you to live because you're going to be looking at a 45-minute commute. Really give it some thought, no matter what city you live in, Las Vegas, Henderson, Miami, Florida, doesn't matter. Make sure you're living somewhere that fits the lifestyle that you want to live and that you feel safe in. As I can tell you guys, before I was a realtor, I had other jobs where I had to drive like 45 minutes to get to work, and I had to drive 45 minutes to get to home. And I liked where we lived originally, but then once I got that new job and had to drive that 45 minutes, I kind of started to hate that job, and I hated where I lived because I had to drive 45 minutes, and that wasn't fair to the place I lived. That wasn't fair to my job. It was really my fault for kind of matching those two things together. When maybe I should have given it some more thought as to like where we are going to live, my wife and I. So keep that in mind, guys. You want to live somewhere that suits your lifestyle because you don't want to be stuck with a commute or away from the entertainment and restaurants that you like or anything like that. You guys really you want to be living the lifestyle you want to live. Life's too short. So those are my 2 pieces of advice. Check out the areas and live in somewhere that you really want to live in. With that, guys, we're almost done with the tour. Thanks so much if you watched the video this far. I hope you don't mind me blabbering on about these questions. We're heading north on Decatur right now. You can see the Desert National Wildlife Refuge here in the background, just north of the city. And so we're heading north on Decatur, and you've been on Decatur a couple different times in a few different vlog tours that I've done, guys. So make sure you go check out my other vlog tours, 89081, 89031. I think I did some other ones, I know I did some other ones north of the city, the way we're facing right now in the video. So go check all those out, get a good idea of these areas, of the homes, that sort of thing. Hopefully this video has really given you a great idea of the areas around town, or the neighborhoods and the home styles, that sort of thing in the areas. You can find single stories, 2 stories, condos, townhomes, apartments, all that sort of stuff in this zip code 89130. So don't fear there. It's definitely easy to find. All that sort of stuff here. You might not find many new builds in this area, so if you're looking for new builds, definitely reach out to me. I can help you there. But if you have any questions or comments about this area or any other area in the Las Vegas Valley, reach out to me with my contact information below. Or you can throw your comment, suggestion, whatever, down in the comment section so that other people can see it. And if you have any suggestions about other areas I should cover, or home types I should cover, video ideas, anything like that, guys, I really try to listen to your suggestions. In fact, one of my last videos, I did a home tour of some homes that one of my subscribers, Nicole, recommended to me. So definitely, if you have anything you want me to shoot, definitely check it out and throw it in the comment section below because I'd love to hear your suggestions. And this is really one of the best parts of this 89130 zip code is that you really have excellent shopping on both sides of the zip code. You got Centennial on the northwest side of the zip code. Excuse me, guys, just want to pull this up. Where's my little screen? Oh, here we go. Anyway, guys, here is one of the I think, one of the best parts of this 89130 zip code, and that is it's not that big of a zip code, but it has shopping on, it's big triangle. It has shopping certainly basically all three vertex points, all three corners, all three angles. You have Centennial in the northwest. You have this Decatur and Road Shopping Center, Decatur Tropical Shopping Center, and the northeast. And then in the south, you have that whole line of restaurants and businesses on Rancho Boulevard. So I think all that is really great, and that makes this a really awesome zip code to live in because you can find whatever you need. You find great food at the Bacon Bar or at what was the other one? Bacon Bar. There's so many good restaurants in the zip code. They have awesome candied bacon. They call it Billionaire's Bacon. Got to check that out. And good Bloody Marys too. But you have a lot of shopping in this zip code. Very easy access to 95. Easy access to 215. Not such easy access to Interstate 15. You'll have to either take 95 or 215 to get to 15. But it's more centralized zip code, but you can still live, a very suburban, very quiet lifestyle here, still far from the strip. So it should be nice and quiet. There's no real big tourist destinations, even though there are a lot of bars and restaurants and casino or two. You have Santa Fe Station, which, like I said, I really like. They have great movie theater, so definitely check all that out. But we're coming back up to the shopping center here at Tropical and Decatur, and I've covered this, like I said, in my other vlog tour zip codes. Vlog tour videos. So definitely check it out. You got a Cane's Chicken. You have Winco, which I've recommended before, is definitely the best grocery store in the city. It's clean. They have all sorts of bulk food items where you can buy in bulk and get way better prices. And it's just the best grocery store out there. So definitely check out the zip code, guys, and definitely check out my other zip code videos. If you have any other questions, please throw them down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have an awesome day, and stay tuned for more content.